Forecasts. Well, now to our breaking news in San Juan County, where a new fire has started in the town of LaSalle. Chopper 5 just arriving on scene, capturing that huge plume of smoke. Utah Fire Info reporting it's about 200 to 600 acres so far and is actively running. We're told it is threatening multiple homes. Evacuations are ongoing and more resources are on the way. We'll continue to follow this and bring you any updates coming up on KSL-5 News at 6.
And I would imagine the heat and the wind are...
This is breaking news from KSL.
Our breaking news from Chopper 5, giving us a look at a new fire start in southeastern Utah. We are told the entire town of LaSalle is under evacuation orders. In just the last hour, Utah Fire Info told us they believe this fire has already burned between 200 to 600 acres.
They say homes are being threatened, but at this point, they don't believe anything has been destroyed. It started on private land, but the cause is unknown. Calls came in around 1:40 this afternoon. More resources are on their way to get this fire under control. We'll continue following this story and we'll update you to any changes.
Well, this fire comes as the state continues to already see police. Death row inmate Ralph Menzies is set to be executed in 57 days after a judge signed his death warrant this week. But with Menzies' competency in question, it's unclear whether the state will carry out the execution. KSL investigator Daniela Rivera joins us now to explain what happens next. Daniela?
Well, that's right. The signing of the death warrant definitely starts the clock on a roughly 60-day process leading up to an execution. But Menzies and his attorneys still have several avenues to pursue that could stall that clock again, and even for good.
I'm preparing myself to go see somebody's life being taken from them. It's hard to swallow that it's taken this long. It does hurt.
Outside of the courtroom, Matt Hunsaker speaks on one more hurdle cleared in his quest for justice for his mother, Maureen Hunsaker, kidnapped and killed by Menzies in 1986, as Menzies' attorneys are fighting for his life.
And we remain hopeful that, the courts or the clemency board will recognize the inhumanity of taking a man like him into the death chamber.
That fight far from over. Menzies has an appeal pending, and the court set a hearing for later in the month to consider a new petition to evaluate Menzies' competency. His attorneys say he's declined significantly since previous evaluations led to a judge finding him competent to be executed.
He's not competent.
Menzies can now also request a commutation hearing before Utah's Board of Pardons and Parole, which could choose to commute his death sentence to life without parole.
We are seeing more and more prisoners who are becoming severely mentally ill to the point of incompetency at the time of their execution.
Robin Mars with the Death Penalty Information Center, a nonprofit tracking capital punishment across the country. She says Menzies represents the kind of people nearing execution on death rows across America.
The fact that it takes so many years to reach an execution is one reason some people think that the death penalty is just not working well for victims' family members.
In this case, it's been decades waiting for a measure of justice that was promised but never guaranteed. If Menzies' attorneys are successful in convincing the judge that his competency needs to be reevaluated, that will automatically mean a stay of execution. We're keeping a close eye on all of these efforts here at KSL, and we'll keep you updated.
All right, Daniela Rivera live for us. Thank you.
Utah could receive nearly 9
News at 10 starts now.
Good evening. A new fire is raging out of control tonight in San Juan County, and it's growing exponentially. The Deer Creek fire went from a spark this afternoon to thousands of acres tonight, forcing people to leave their homes. News specialist Debbie Worthen is tracking the fire near LaSalle. Debbie, what's the latest?
Yeah, it's not good news, Deanie. In fact, we are told tonight that the fire stands at 4,000 acres, 0% containment, and no line around it. I talked to the man who called 911 just around 1 o'clock today. He said he could not believe how fast this fire spread in minutes.
The way that frickin' wind's blowing, I hope it don't come down here.
Kevin Sheets is working on a cabin in Old LaSalle and was surprised by smoke around lunchtime. Within minutes, there was a wall of flames.
4 minutes, there was 20-foot flames.
He called 911, then tried to protect the cabin, all while watching the fire grow.
But the fire spread to 50 acres and even closer to 150 acres within 15 minutes.
Chopper 5 catching video of the air attack on this fire and of crews on the ground. Fire officials telling KSL-TV this fire is the most active in the state right now. The San Juan County Sheriff's Office posting on social media that Old LaSalle Road is closed and the community center near the elementary is open as a shelter for those under evacuation. Sheet says he stayed as long as he could, but by mid-afternoon,
I felt helpless. The fire was so close that the heat was so hot that we had to actually leave to be safe.
All right, so what happens next? I talked to the San Juan County Sheriff's Office tonight, as well as interagency fire teams. They said a complex incident management team is on the way right now. They will give us an update first thing in the morning when they have their strategy in place for the days to come. Deanie, I'll send it back to you.
All right, we'll keep targeting on that one. Thank you, Debbie. And Devin Mashuli joins us now. That is what happened.